right, folks, we got a good one for you. What do you get when you cross a dinosaur with a firework? Dynamite. Happy 4th and a happy Independence Day weekend, everyone. Dynamite. Or as JJ said, dynamite.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk. Here are Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young.
And good morning to all of you. It's July. We've turned the calendar from June to July, and welcome to 757 Sports Talk, powered by Cova Sports TV. We're glad you are tuning in wherever you're doing so, through our YouTube channel, through social media outlets such as Facebook, IG, Twitter, or X, through VirginiaPreps.com and LinkedIn, and so much more, and plus our friends now with Cox Communications and Your View on the television side of things. I am Matthew Hatfield. The other guy is the shadeless, yes, the shadeless, Coach Ed Young. Good morning, sir, and happy Independence Day weekend. How's life treating you?
Good morning to all. Independence Day is nice, except when people misuse the fireworks, but that's a whole nother story.
You don't like dynamite?
Yeah, we're just going to ignore that. The Fool in the Pool segments. I've contacted somebody that's going to probably stop those.
We've got someone at the end of the show that they'll see that I know you're talking about. We do have someone, that's like you. Okay.
He's people seen him on TV before. He's a pretty
no
rich
Jack,
man.
But somebody else did. That's another story for another time. Go ahead.
Yeah, I am outside because it is the 4th of July weekend. I figure a Fool in the Pool is big. Young in the Yard has to be as good, if not better.
Young in the Yard, sponsored by some type of yard.
That's what we're looking for, people. Fool in the Pool.
Lawn care services.
Yes, we just got to get somebody to understand it. I thought it would be nice to be able to get some fresh air, get some sun. Hopefully there'll be no gunshots in the background or nothing. Of course, when you're in a neighborhood, you never know what's going on.
You do not want that.
I just wanted to try this, to be out here, and I feel good.
It's great that you feel lovely. And since you are in such a wonderful mood right now here to start the show, we've got a special guest later to join us in the 11 o'clock hour. That's Travis Johnson, the 4-star wide receiver from the Oscar Frommel Smith Tigers. Yeah, Oscar Smith's standout who made his college commitment on Independence Day to the Michigan Wolverines in the Big Ten. But we have the Ask Coach Young segment too. And we also have our 5-minute burning topic segment as well. And we might as well get right into it. 5-minute burning topic, since you're in such a chipper mood. Should the Yankees consider dismissing Aaron Boone as manager? Here we go. Let's get the timer started as your Bronx Bombers are 6-15 their last 21 games as we speak to you on the day after Independence Day. They are 10-16 in division games, and they are 13-19 their last 32 games. So let me cue it up here or tee it up. Hit the timer. Go. I'll let you start. You want Boone out the door, or do you want to keep him?
I'm extremely disappointed in the Yankees' performance so far. Yes, it's easy to get rid of the manager, but did we get rid of the manager when they were playing great, started the year great, one of the best hitting teams, pitching was tremendous. Luke Weaver, of course, was hurt. And then Devin Williams I don't know what Devin Williams is doing. Surprisingly, and I'm going to surprise myself, we do not fire Boone. Boone is not the reason. Now, I don't agree with all the moves he does, but what manager in Major League Baseball has anybody ever agreed with moves they make? Yankees, I said at the beginning of the year, the Yankees will not win the division. Will be a wild card. Of course, I thought Baltimore would win it, and they're going to probably be at the bottom. So it's a lot more games to go. Even if they went to win 100 games, they would lose 62, and they haven't lost 62 yet. So, yes, I'm disappointed because now we're back in the pack. We're 2 games behind, and we can't keep following because this division everybody used to say this was the toughest division in baseball. And then going into this year, everybody said it was one of the weakest. And now it looks like it's going to become one of the toughest, at least for the teams in it. So, yeah, I'm disappointed. But surprisingly, it's not Boone's fault. I really don't think it's Boone's fault. Guys got to hit. We can't win running games. We can't win extra inning games. Bullpen is disintegrating. They're going to have to make some trades without a doubt here by the end of the month when the deadline comes up. Everybody needs pitching, but we need it bad. And we need some guys to hit. So that's my 4 minutes and 17 seconds worth.
No, you did it. We still got 3 minutes to spare here. Well, look, I will tell you this. I actually agree with you to an extent. I don't think Boone is the guy to blame for this. And a change right now, mid-season in the month of July, does not solve things. Some people say you have to make a change when things are just for the sake of change, when things are not going well. This isn't the NBA. I don't think you can make Major League Baseball comparable to that. And remember, the skippers that have been dismissed are on bad franchises like Colorado, like Pittsburgh. Sorry, Baltimore, you did not get up to a good start. You were below 500. You're still in 5th place in that AL East, which is not all that top heavy this year. I know Toronto is red hot. Tampa Bay is playing much better with, by the way, a guy from the 757 and Brandon Lau from Nance Minerva High School in Suffolk, a big part of their lineup. Look, the pitching has been a little up and down. The hitting has had some ups and downs. You get shut out last weekend by the A's, and the Mets beat them coming from behind. The Blue Jays, first time I think like almost ever 4-game sweep. I could see a change at the end of the season, but they were in the World Series last October. It's not like this has been a mediocre outfit here. So I'm with you. I don't think changing managers is going to solve things. A couple of moves at the deadline could. But I'll tell you this, I think even those moves might not yield a World Series trip. Detroit Tigers, I think, are going to the Fall Classic. Now, who comes out of the National League? Everybody says it's the Dodgers. It's a foregone conclusion. Just gave up 18 runs to the Houston Astros. I'd watch out for the Cubs. I'd definitely watch out for Philadelphia if they get a closer. Possibly Emmanuel Clase could be on the market from Cleveland. And I'd even watch out for a wild card team because we've seen it in recent years when San Diego knocked off the Dodgers, when my D-backs knocked off the Dodgers to get to the Fall Classic. Wild card teams can get a little, mojo going and be trendy. So I'm not so sure there. But, if the Yankees don't win at all, should he be going into the year? You can make that argument, Jack. I don't think they will make that change now, mid-season. I think you wait till the end of the year. I'm not sure that type of upheaval will give them the results they want. And look, Aaron Judge has got to cool off at some point because he's been mashing the ball. So,
yeah. Well, and the other thing is, if they fire him, they will. The bench coach.
Who is that guy? You don't even know that. That's my point. You're gonna get some guy whose name is Henry or Jose or Johnny or whatever. We don't even know who the guy is. That's the point. So it's not like you got Joe Torre in his prime waiting to take over.
Well, that's my point. It would be the bench coach, and I can't remember the name.
Shows what a Yankee fan you are. You better get some shade so you can.
Yeah, I got to get some shade. That's what I'm saying. If you get rid of them, they're not bringing in Buck Showalter or anybody like that. It's going to be
They got rid of him too, by the way.
What's that?
They got rid of him too, by the way.
Yeah, right. He was fired from them before too. So no, and it's not. It's they just got to hit when they're supposed to hit, pitch well when they're supposed to pitch well, and maybe another addition or two. Who knows? But sometimes going to the well too often, that doesn't help either. Mm-hmm. But they got to do something, and I still think they need another solid hitter, and they need some bullpen help because I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm kind of giving up on Devin Williams.
He was not fit for the closer role, was he? Coming over from Milwaukee, he had a rough start, and he has not gotten a whole lot better. Yeah, again, I don't know that we can compare the Philly situation to what the Yankees are going through right now. They just are in a funk, and teams hit this in a 162-game season. I know it's easy to hit the panic button. A lot of Yankee fans are losing their minds, but it'll all be okay when you get beat in the first round of the playoffs by Seattle, a Houston, whoever it might be. We're going to take a timeout. We've got more coming your way on 757 Sports Talk. He's scratching his head. He wants to say something. Go ahead. Hurry up.
I'm saying I saw Jack's comment about Rob Thompson, bench coach, took over and went to World Series. That's an extremely rare situation.
They didn't win a World Series. Whoa. They didn't win a World Series.
Or went to the World Series.
Cowboy. Yeah, and remember what happened in that 7-game series a couple years ago. They had a 3-2 lead, went home, thought it was in the bag, and the D-backs The snakes were alive. We've got more coming your way. Yeah, go ahead.
It won't happen for the Yankees. I can tell you that right now. That's a different situation. In fact, Rob Thompson was a former coach with the Yankees who moved over. Girardi took over to Philadelphia with him. So, matter of fact, I wouldn't mind Joe Girardi as manager, but like I said, I'm not on the bandwagon to fire Boone. Like all Yankee fans are, I'm not.
Stick around. More coming your way at 757 Sports Talk on Cova Sports TV.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis. But if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams Lloyd's, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7 right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Basketball Jones. I got a basketball Jones. I got a basketball Jones, oh baby, ooh. Hey folks, the fool in the pool, hooping it up. Here we go. Oh, that wasn't even close. Let's go back to 757 Sports Talk with Matt Hatfield and the coach, Ed Young, on Cova Sports TV. Better luck next time.
And we are back. He's got some paraphernalia. I don't know what, he's got a hat. Oh, he's going to wear the old Yankee hat. And he's got some shades now. He is the coach, Ed Young. I am Matthew Hatfield. We want to say something real quick before we get to our interview with the multi-sport standout who's going to Blacksburg and do a little recap of East Coast Live from last week.
Yeah, I just want to make it known, part of our job is to promote good health on our podcast. A lot of people don't do that, but we do. If you're going to be in the sun, wear some type of protection, sunscreen. I got some spray all over me. Also, hat, extended wear outside, wear a hat, keep the sun out of your eyes, your nose. The nose is one area where skin cancer occurs a lot of times, most often. So be careful with that. And of course, protect the eyes. Yeah, the eyes are the window to the soul. So if they're not working, neither will your soul. That is today's health, brought to you by
Nobody.
Hatfield and Young, live from the Plex, though we're not at the Plex today. And
We're
again,
in your backyard.
I'm young
Where's
in
it
the
the front
yard.
yard? I'm not sure if it's the backyard or the front yard or
No,
the
it's
side
the back.
yard.
Backyard, because the front yard is too much noise going on, too many things happening.
Okay.
So
Would you like to
anyways.
introduce our next segment here?
No, I cannot do that because I did not have time to get my phone and find out, and I can't see it in the sun.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I hate to strike out, but like my New York Yankees, I just struck out.
I guess it'll be a surprise for all of you viewers out there, and then he'll tell you what it was after we're done. So here it is on Cova Sports TV. He's
Let's
a
do it.
multi-sport athlete we spoke with in Richmond.
I'm here with Green Run Class of 2026 multi-sport athlete Zaevion Cleveland. He's competing with his team at the East Coast Live here up in Richmond's Henrico Sports and Events Center. Just recently committed to play his college football for the Hokies of Virginia Tech. Zay, congratulations. How's it feel to be a Hokie?
It feels good. It feel like I'm at home.
Now, you just changed schools from Lansdowne to Green Run. We can talk about that in a moment, but give us this Green Run to VT pipeline, because they got guys up there like Brody Adams, Knowledge Harold, and I think you got a team, Zeke Chinwike as well.
Yeah.
One of your teammates, I think, is also committed to Tech, I believe. Is it Cam?
Yeah. As of right now, yeah.
Cam Johnson, tell me about what it is about Virginia Tech that made it the place for you.
I mean, honestly, it's nothing about like my teammates being there. I mean, it's good to have them there, but honestly, it's just the way that Virginia Tech just treat us as kids. Honestly, they treat us well.
Give me a little bit behind the scenes of the relationship. What's it been like with your position coaches? And you're going up there as a defensive back, correct?
Yes, sir. Well, to be honest, I just started talking to my defensive back coaches, but they're real cool. They're real close. It's almost like I've been with them for a long time and what I really do.
What's different about Virginia Tech and other schools that were recruiting you? Because you had over a dozen offers, right? You had a lot of options, but it certainly made it feel like a home place for you, right?
Yeah. Honestly, when you go, it's like all the schools, they give you the same thing. They treat you the same way. It's just really the feeling on the inside that really makes you like, all right, this is a place I can see myself at. Sure. Honestly.
Tell the Hokie fans what they're getting in you as a football player, because you've got the instincts, the athleticism as a DB, but what sets you apart in your eyes as a player?
I mean, I'm just a big DB, electric, and I like the ball.
Sure.
I'm bringing aggressiveness and stuff like that.
And you have a scoring mindset, because I think you had, was it 3 pick sixes last year?
Yes, sir.
So you want to score, just like when you're on the basketball court, hey, you want to get a dunk. You like getting the alley-oops from your teammates, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
What is it about that mindset that you have? Does that set you apart, do you think, on the field of the hardwood to kind of go out there and have that kill mindset?
Yeah, I just got that dog mentality in my head where when I'm going to do something, I'm going to do it.
Sure.
No matter how I got to get it done.
Sure. Tell me what it is out here, because you're playing both sports, football and basketball. That can be grueling for a lot of kids, but you got to love it. Tell me what makes you want to do both and play at such a motor and high pace.
Honestly, basketball always been my first love.
Really?
Yeah, I didn't pick up football until high school, and then from there I took off. So honestly, I'm always show basketball my love I got for the game before I leave.
You changed schools from Lansdowne to Green Run. Tell me about how you're fitting in there and what your goals are for this coming year, because you got your commitment out of the way. That's got to take some pressure off in a sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, yes, sir. Honestly, I mean, there's really no difference with the schools. Like, they all feel the same way. It's all the same thing. It's just, it depends on, different coaches, different types of coaching styles, honestly. Mm-hmm. So, it feels the same. Like, when it comes to like me feeling close to my teammates, my coaches, they all feel the same.
Mm-hmm. How about for you individually? Any goals that you're setting for yourself this year? What you want to accomplish in terms of on the field, hardwood, or in general?
Honestly, I just want to be better than I was last year. To be honest, that's my biggest goal: just do better and be better.
Sure. And lastly, any message to the VTech Nation out there, because you're building something there. It looks like with a lot of 757 guys. I'm sure you want some more guys to join you there. Right?
Definitely. My message to Virginia Tech just be, I'm coming. That's all I gotta say.
All right, he's getting dunks in the hardwood. He's making plays on the gridiron too. Zaevion Cleveland from Virginia Beach's Green Run High School. Thank you so much.
So that was Zay Cleveland. He helped Green Run go unbeaten last weekend at the Henrico Sports and Event Center in basketball in the East Coast Live event. He's going to be a key cog for them after earning all region honors for Lansdowne on the basketball floor. Had 3 pick sixes. He'll help out Brandon Williams and Stallions on their gridiron this year. They've got multiple Virginia Tech commits, Ed, with the edge rusher Cam Johnson and the recent 4-star offensive tackle, Big Tommy Wilder. He goes by Big Teasy, and it is 757 Sports Talk on Cova Sports TV. But, Ed, let's show it up here real quickly now while I have a moment. The Virginia class of 2026, this ties into our basketball conversation. Top 25 prospects according to Rivals and On3 Sports. We'll put it on the screen here now. You see at the top of that list is a young man. You got a chance to broadcast one of his games last weekend. Darius Gray, offensive lineman from St. Christopher's, who's getting recruited by just about everybody in the country. You name it. Zaevion Hyder, who's down to about, I think, 4 or 5 schools. Tennessee's in the mix. Michigan's in the mix. Georgia's in the mix. Carter Scruggs is already committed to Clemson, as we've got more commitments all across the state, scrolling across our ticker. Salmon, by the way, has now moved from Woodbridge to Bullis School, so that'll be swapped out here soon. Golston, the son of the former NFL player, played for Washington, coach at Stonebridge. His son's going to Tennessee, not his alma mater in Georgia. Michigan just landed Andre Clark. You see Travis Johnson, maybe a little low on the rankings at 10. A couple of Big Ten commitments in between there with Davion Brown and Dazier Carter. But Virginia Tech has to feel great about this recent pickup with Cleveland, also his teammate, and keeping that green run to VT pipeline going.
Yeah, Xavier Cleveland is a kid I really like watching play. Of course, I've seen him on a basketball court and seen film of him in football. I wish him the best. It's good. I'm just perplexed that he's finishing his last year at Green Run as opposed to staying in Lansdowne for whatever the reason. So be it. I just think he was more of a standout with Lansdowne, and now he'll be one of many great players on the Green Run team. But I'm excited that he's staying in the state. That's big at Virginia Tech. I like to see our kids in state, stay in state, but then again, go where it's best for them and their education, period. It doesn't matter what the fans think. But I'd like to see some more kids stay in the state, especially Virginia Tech, Virginia, but JMU, Old Dominion. There's a lot of talent in the state, and I think there's enough for our teams to get involved in. But as you see, a lot of the big boys come in here and take some players.
Mm-hmm. Your thoughts on last weekend's event? Any couple of teams or players that stood out? Certainly the big story was it's their time now. Petersburg, which, by the way, Latrell Allman went on social media and confirmed he is going to Petersburg. There was some whispers, some murmurs, rumors he might be going to North Carolina or Indiana, somewhere to finish up his prep career before going to college. And, oh, by the way, the Hoosiers, with former Georgetown assistant Kenny Johnson spearheading the recruiting efforts, and Georgetown was a big player in his recruitment early on. They, in fact, are really high on his list, it looks like. Petersburg was the first one that jumped out, and they drew a huge crowd every time they played.
Yeah, Coach Johnson, Indiana, was very noticeable in the Petersburg games as to where he was sitting and made sure that Mr. Allman saw him, because the coaches can get out and watch the games, but there's no contact being allowed. But trust me, Mr. Allman knew where Coach Johnson was at all moments in those games. Tremendous event. East Coast Live at the Enrico Sports and Events Center in Richmond area. Tremendous event. A ton of talent, a lot of really good teams. I thought it was well run, very organized. I loved it. Had the opportunity to broadcast, I think, about 15, 16 games. Mm-hmm. But I got to see a lot of teams. Petersburg obviously stood out. And when Petersburg played, it had the most fans from the other games. There's 12 courts, 12 games at one time.
I think it was 8 courts.
8 courts?
Yeah.
All coming over to watch.
Like 12. It did feel like 12. I will say that.
Yeah, there was courts I didn't even get to for the whole weekend.
Right.
There was so much going on.
That one court, yeah.
Yeah, well, in broadcasting, I was stuck. But on the other hand, there were certain teams, especially from our area, that I wanted to see. Mm-hmm. So there might have been a game on the other area from maybe 2 teams out west I didn't get a chance to see, though I did want to see a lot of the top teams. So when we get into the end season and we talk about them, I have a little bit more feeling on how they play. But Petersburg was the standout, and they look mid-season form. The guard, King Baycott, rising freshman, coming from Carolina, very swank in his move and the way he plays.
Good word, swank.
Yeah, that's another relationship to swagger, which he has that too. But I don't think he's very athletic. And
wow. You're gonna say that out loud? You're gonna like lose all our viewers and followers and lovers.
No. When I say very athletic,
I didn't say it. You just said he looks very athletic. Go ahead.
Based on how he played, he's at times. Again, when I watch a kid, I'm gonna say what I saw. He plays very aloof at times. Like, it's like, okay, I can do this, no problem. Boom, alley-oop, boom, 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 three-pointer, boom, 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 no look pass again. But okay, and he has quick hands, but I will say this: he don't play defense quite as well as he runs the point. He runs the point.
You do realize he's going to be a rising ninth grader. It's like you're critiquing him like he's going for the NBA draft here.
I critique a player based on what I see now. Now, to his benefit, he's only going to be a ninth grader.
That's what I just said.
Okay. Head and shoulders above any ninth grader I've seen in a while. Anywhere. Head and shoulders above them all.
Okay.
At the path he's on now, and he's just stepped on it, he'll be a pro someday. He'll be in the NBA. Now, okay, but you still got to work. But then again, being a coach, every kid has something they got to work on, period, and continue to work on. But the Petersburg unit, and it's funny how we're talking Petersburg now, and last year at this time it would be John Marshall. We will not talk about John Marshall hardly at all anymore.
They weren't there. Yeah, they weren't there, and I don't know what they'll look like. A couple of surprises, though. I'll give you number one, Heritage of Leesburg. They were good, but better than we thought. We know Tuscarora, Broad Run, Hampton, Varina will all be players in Class 4 this coming year, but they were better than thought. And young man at Roanoke Catholic named Jaden Johnson dropped 53 points in the event. So we do have some viewers out there in Roanoke and watching all across the state through Cova Sports TV and Virginia Preps. But he's got some skills. He's got some skills.
I missed the young fella. I did do some checking. I think he's a third cousin of mine. So teams run well.
Okay, there you go. And Derek's chiming in. He would like to see Petersburg play 7-5-7 teams. Well, you're in luck because rumor has it, word has it, that in the Lawson Classic, I think it's going to be in January, Petersburg's going to host Lansdowne, who they played in this event. They beat them handily. They beat just about everybody they played. Tuscarora, and I forget the fourth team they played, all soundly. And they could play in another event against some 7-5-7 teams. You never know. They played Woodside the weekend before an event. And Woodside looked pretty good, by the way. They had some moments where they shot the ball exceedingly well. And, so there you have it. There you have it. All right. We have more coming your way. It is 757 Sports Talk on Cova Sports TV. We'll hear from Travis Johnson of Oscar Smith, top of the hour. We'll also be getting our Ask Coach Young segment. Oh, and it's a goodie, folks. It's a goodie coming up. It's all coming your way right here on Cova Sports TV, though. Now, a word from those that help make it possible. Stay tuned.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Cova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit covapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
I grew up here. I know this town. I know the people here. More important, they know me. As a banker at Town Bank, we become part of the communities we serve. The people who bank with us, our members, know us. When you bank with Town Bank, you'll know your banker. You'll know you can reach us, and you'll know we're here for you.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
Look, Coach just doesn't understand the type of skills I've got. Doesn't quite understand it. Watch this.
Rats. This is 757 Saturday Sports Talk. Here are Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young.
And we're back with you here. Ed Young's in his, not his pool party, but his side yard, backyard, front yard. It's in the yard. Young in the yard. I'm pool man, Hatfield in the pool. We say good morning to all of you out there watching, including our buddy Woody Wagner out there watching. He wanted to hear from Pool Man. He got his wish right there. You'll hear more from Pool Man as we move it along here. We've got Travis Johnson, the recent 4-star Michigan commit for the Oscar Smith Tigers, gearing up for his senior campaign in Chesapeake for the defending Class 6 state champs, scheduled to join us here at the top of the hour. But it is now time, Ed, for Ask Coach Young. Are you ready?
Before we do that, somebody text me. They're watching the show.
Anonymous? Said, can you divulge who it is?
Anonymous. I'm not mentioning their name.
That means he's making it up, ladies and gents. Go ahead.
They said you forgot one big thing about your safety in the sun. Stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water.
Oh, okay. You got the water with you.
And
see, he had a glass, folks. He didn't leave the label on because that particular company does not sponsor the show. What is that? Oh, you got one of your Freeze Pops.
Freeze Pops is the key. Summer fun back in the day when I was a kiddie. We had Freeze Pops galore. I even stole some out of the freezer when I wasn't supposed to. Got an ass whooping later, but
whoa!
Well, I'm just saying you get your bummy smacked.
Okay.
Freeze Pops are good. Ice water, not juice. No alcohol beverages for the people that are over 21. Ice water.
Hey, by the way, we forgot to play this earlier when we were doing the 5-minute burning topic about your Yankees, so we'll do it now. Nick Turturro wants to chime in on how things are going.
Oh, let me hear what Nick has.
Even on the 4th of July, you find a way to lose. Damn Weaver again. One-run game. I know Dominguez had 2 homers, but Judge is on deck. He's swinging at the pitch. Take the pitch. This is insane. This team cannot find a way to win a 1-run game. Insane. Even on the 4th of July. This sucks.
I'm amazed he did not curse there because look, he was getting ready to drop 15 expletives. All right, here we go for Ask Coach Young. Not to do with the Yankees, but something else, and it comes from Bobby in Fairfax. We have viewers all over the state now, in the country and the globe. Do you think competitive eating is a sport? This is a great question, by the way. And by the way, did you watch Joey Jaws Chestnut reclaim his title in the Nathan's famous 4th of July hot dog eating contest? What do you think, Coach? This is your time to shine here.
Let me do number 2 first over number 1. I did not watch it. I can't watch it anymore because, number 1, I hate hot dogs. Number 2, the way they eat them with the dipping in the bread and stuff, it makes me sick. Now, is it competitive? Is competitive eating a sport? My first reaction is Yes, because of the keyword competitive. It's competition. There's a lot of people vying for this title. No, they're not kicking a field goal. They're not shooting a field goal. They're not hitting a home run. They're not stealing a base. They're not knocking somebody out with a right hook. But to each their own in terms of sport. If they feel it's competitive, then fine. I just don't understand sometimes how they can stuff themselves with 37 hot dogs in 10 minutes or whatever it is. Whatever the food of choice is. But I also, many a times in my head, have seen this guy, me, in a pizza eating contest.
Oh, pizza's different. You said spaghetti? Yeah.
That I think in my heyday, not now, I could have done fairly well because I could put it away. No.
What about Mickey Sudo? Yeah.
In my younger days, there have been times I got a pizza with the intent to bring it home to watch the game. And when I got home, sat down and opened the box, no slices were in the box.
Well, Turn Back the Clock Night is coming up at Harbor Park, by the way, for the Norfolk Tides. They have 2 of them in the summertime. One of the great promotions, for those that are unfamiliar with it, it's 50-cent hot dogs, popcorn, and soda. It used to be 25 cents. I remember the day when it was that. I'm that old now. But Jack wants to know, how many could you put away?
0.
And by the way, Mickey Sudo, you saw she won her 11th title with 31 hot dogs. It pales in comparison to her 51 she ate last year. How many could you put away?
0. I don't eat hot dogs.
0. You don't eat. See, you're just such a Debbie Downer.
Now, when I was a little youngster, yes. And then I saw on TV a documentary on how they make hot dogs. That ended it for me.
It did it for you. By the way, so you mean if we can get the mustard belt champion Joey Chestnut on the show, we should pass on that or take him up on coming on?
No, I'd love to because I would have questions for Joey.
You have questions. Okay.
But no, hot dogs, no. Pizza, if I'm really hungry and in my heyday, like I said, not now. Probably 3-4 boxes.
Good deal. We've got more coming your way at 757 Sports Talk. Like, share, and subscribe to Cova Sports TV on YouTube. And get yourself a freeze pop when you watch the show through television now on Cox Communications and Eureview. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, we're on all the time. Stick around. More coming on Cova Sports TV.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis, but if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship. And that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
well, no, we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in no phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe.
What do you call a belt made of watches? A waste of time.
This is 757 Saturday Sports Talk. Here are Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young.
And we're back here on 757 Sports Talk on Cova Sports TV. Why are you shaking your head? You seem disgruntled over there. Is that because wait. Is that because the house guests have kicked you out in the yard? Is that the truth? You want to come clean to the audience?
No, that would not be. I wanted to try something a little different that can overtake this.
First of all, we got the audience loves it. Jack loves it. Woody loves it. They think it's great.
Yeah, and I blame a lot of this on Woody. Woody Wagner. I blame a lot of. You have fed this fool in the pool stuff. Now he thinks it's really neat. And he thinks it's cool. He thinks he's cool in the pool instead of fool in the pool. But I've got somebody coming. It took some money to get, but we did this, and he'll be out of the pool soon enough because it's atrocious. It's just atrocious. Me, I'm in the yard, okay? I'm not sneaking into somebody's pool.
And again, you dodged the question. Is that because the house guests have kicked you out? Is that the truth? Tell the audience.
There's nobody except my dog who's banging on the door to come out. There's nobody in the house. Today was the day I said, it's the 4th of July weekend. What can I do different on this show? Because we also try to surprise the people.
We do.
So I thought, fool in the pool, because I knew you were going to bombard us with fool in the pool. And by the way,
Keith says good morning. By the way, Keith, can you make it a trifecta? Can you tell Coach that you love the pool slot? You have to love him, Keith. Come on. Matter of fact, I'll do a show with Keith in the pool. My man, Keith.
No, it's getting way out of hand. And don't ever do another fool in the pool with basketball. That's not your domain. You might promote it, sell it, write about it, talk about it, but don't play it. That's not your domain. Man, I just would have set things back. Reminder that I am out here. Remember, outside hat, glasses, hydrate water, drinking to show that it's real. And I already ate my freeze pop. Okay.
I see that. You had to pour it melt. We don't need to see your tongue. No, we do not need to see green tongue on the show. That's
Georgie Animal Steel. You remember the wrestler Georgie Animal Steel?
By the way, thank you, Keith. He loves the pool too. Everybody loves it.
No. Keith says I love the pool too. It means Keith likes being in the pool. He didn't say nothing about Hatfield in the pool. He likes Hatfield in the pool. He says I love the pool too. Keith means he likes to be in the pool. So if you want to have him do a guest appearance with you in the pool and totally ruin the show, that's on you.
That's right. Tell him, Jack. Something's going on. Ed's very suspicious today. What do people say? It's sus. You're very sus today. You're sus. Suspect. You're sus.
Suspect. No, I'm always trying to keep people guessing.
No, you do that. Hey, it's almost time for college football. By the way, you know the first NFL preseason, I think it's the Hall of Fame game, is at the end of this month in July. Yeah, I'm not kidding you. The Hall of Fame NFL preseason game is on July 31st, the last Thursday of the month, when the Lions take on the Chargers in Canton, Ohio. And, of course, you'll go on a little rant now before we can even get Travis Johnson on the show, who's scheduled to come on with us in about 10 minutes or so here, about how it's too early for football, need to wait until September, blah, 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 blah. But people love football. It's 24/7, 365 year-round. We could do it all the time. I mean, we got Wimbledon going on, by the way. I know you like Sabalenka to win the ladies, right? You go in Alcaraz or center? Who you like on the men's side for the Wimbledon? You got to pick.
None of the real tennis players are playing.
What? What is the real Nadal? Nadal's done. Federer's done. Djokovic is still in the mix. But what are you were not paying attention.
Jimmy Connors?
No, Connors is not. And McEnroe is doing part of the broadcast. Shows where your head is. We'll get Sonny Dirt on maybe.
Well, until we get these guys making themselves a household name, I stick with the veterans and legendary.
Alcaraz and Sinner are household names. You're just, anyways. So you're not going to
Alcaraz.
Well, I don't think he'll win. I actually think it's going to be. I think it's going to be Sinner over Alcaraz. And on the women's side, I like Sabalenka. But anywho, people.
What happened to my girl?
Your girl, Serena's done. She's not in the mix anymore. Okay, she's not your girl. You like some people, she's your girl, but she doesn't see you as you being.
I got pictures.
I'm sure you got pictures. Doesn't mean you're that she's your girl or you're her man. And I'm sure her man would have something to say about you saying her girl. I don't need to see them pictures. Keep it clean. This is a PG show, not an NC.
I know that.
RX show.
I'm just saying.
What I was getting to before we got sidetracked with tennis, and of course your dirty in the gutter mind took us down a path we have to get back out of, is that people love football. Jack can't wait till August 30th. Keith said high school football's here. The magazines are out. And by the way, we're going to get Phil Steele on the show soon. We'll get our man Paul Stone on the show soon about college football. Lindy's has got its magazine. I'm looking at its top 10. Do you know who Lindy's, by the way, in its magazine has number 1 to win the whole thing this year? Whole thing.
First of all, don't tell me it's not one of the automatics.
Well, what's an automatic to you?
It's a team such as Texas, Ohio State, Georgia, Michigan, Penn State, Alabama, teams with great past histories did usually do well the previous year. Be easy pick for number 1.
I think everybody you mentioned, save Michigan, who's not in this top 10, are in the top 10. So you will be comforted to know that. Would you like to take a stab, and not stab me, at who they have number 1?
I'm going Texas. That's my number 1.
That is who they have number 1. You must have seen it on the shelf somewhere or picked up a copy at the grocery store.
No.
And by the way, I know where you shop in Suffolk. Somebody called me and told me they saw you.
The only book I get for college football is Phil Steele's Immaculate.
And again, I agree. It's the best. And by the way, I hear his number 1 is not the same as theirs. I want to make people go out and get Phil's book, and we'll get Phil on, and we'll talk about that. But they do not have, Phil does not have Texas in his number 1 preseason poll. He has somebody else number 1. They have Texas.
Hey, how about first game of the year, Texas at Ohio State?
I love Keith. We're talking college football, and he said, he sees your hat, and he saw the stuff earlier show. The Yankees need help. But Keith, here's a bigger question.
You know,
who
Keith
needs more help, the Yankees or Ed Young? That's the question of the day.
Keith, you never cease to amaze me with the obvious. Yes, they need help. The question is how, who, when, where, why. Okay, not that we know they need help. They've won what? They've lost 15 of the last 21 games. Keith, you've got to step up. Okay, I don't know where you're living at now. You're a guy that calls home where you hang your hat, but you don't wear one. So I don't know where you're at now, but yes, we know the Yankees need help.
Touch the nerve, Keith. Good job. You did a great job.
Keith, what do the Yankees need other than help? Be more specific. Help me know, because you know I'm a big Yankee fan. Let me know, Keith. I love Keith too, by the way.
I love it. You touched the nerve. It was great.
No, you know me. Like we did in the radio, I always had to keep Keith on the straight and narrow, because sometimes, like one time when they won, was Smithfield beat Lake Taylor, I think it was, or somebody.
I remember that. It was the shot. Was that Keon Tucker? Was that the kid's name? I forget the kid's name. Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
What does our man Keith do? He runs on the floor where 1 million people are all over the place.
Well,
he lays on the floor and he does snow angels.
Not exactly. That's not exactly how it played out, but it probably looked that way to you. And listen, he was in a celebratory mood, just like all the Smithfield Packers fans are. Get out of your feelings, by the way. And
First
Geno
of all,
Smith, I think Jackson,
okay.
not Smith here.
A lot of people should be practicing celebratory. Okay,
I'll be honest with you, Jack. I think Ed's Raiders now with Ashton Genty in the backfield and Pete Carroll coaching them up might surprise some people. Problem is, you're in a tough division with the Kansas City Chiefs, Denver team that's on the rise, and with the Chargers. Might finish 4th and be improved.
Yeah, Jack, I'm excited. We finally have a quarterback I think we can trust.
Yeah.
And there's been a lot of upgrade, and I think they'll be the best fourth place team in the NFL. That's what I think about the Vegas Raiders.
Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that.
They're not winning it. I don't
Not
see
winning.
them second or third. That's one. It's the toughest division in football, bar none. I know Cleveland, Pittsburgh, Cincy, Cleveland. Thank you very much. But the AFC West, toughest division of football.
Well, I was going to get to the Arch Manning Heisman odds, which is why I brought up Texas. I think I saw somewhere it's like he's minus 250, which is insane for one player who could, heaven forbid injury happen, but that's just crazy. Some of the odds for him to win the Heisman. I would almost take the field, which is something I'm looking forward to asking Phil. You take an Arch of the field. I think you always take the field when it's almost like a golf tournament. You take one guy or the field. Now, some people take Scotty Scheffler. They might take Tiger in his prime, but I'm generally taking the field. But on the best division in football, you know what? That NFC North, keep an eye on that with the Lions, Vikings, Packers, and Bears. Oh my, could be really, really tough. All four could be 8-9 wins plus. I do think the Lions come back to the pack a little bit, but that's a good division, Ed. I don't think that's a definite right there. I don't think that's a definite.
Well, to each their own, because some people think the NFC West is tough with your Cardinals in there.
Bird game, baby.
Yeah, and of course, like I said, with Pittsburgh, Cleveland, Cincinnati, Baltimore, that's a heck of a division, black and blue division right there. But I'm going to stick with my AFC West.
What hurts the black and blue division, by the way, is Cleveland, who's been so bad for so long.
Yeah. And what hurts the AFC West is my Vegas Raiders. I think improved this year. I think probably 9 wins, maybe 10. That's it. And that's not going to win your division.
Okay. There you go. Take a sip of water. Get your second freeze pop because hour 2.
I can't. Next commercial, baby. I'm getting me another freeze pop. Now, I want the podcast nation to tell me what color should my next freeze pop be. Need a color.
Purple. That's what I tell you. You're full of surprises. And we hope to be joined when we come back from break by Travis Johnson, the 4-star wide receiver from Oscar Smith, who made his commitment yesterday in Chesapeake to play for the Michigan Wolverines. Had a nice list of finalists, and he picked them over that list that consisted of such schools like South Carolina and Penn State and many others. He had almost 40 offers. So we'll talk about his decision and more with his senior season approaching. He's a multi-sport standout too, like Zay Cleveland, plays some hoops. And I believe it was his first love. He'll tell us more about that as we roll it along here on 757 Sports Talk. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. We're on Cova Sports TV, and we're all over the globe. Stay tuned.
James Catato tells us tonight there's a new team making new noise in the USL2 scene on the other side of the water.
Something special is brewing inside the walls of the Virginia Beach Sportsplex.
We're not here for moral victories. When we're on our day, we're a legit team.
See the stars of the future in pre-professional action at the Virginia Beach Sportsplex. This combined season ticket special is for men's and women's. That's 15 games for just $100 for adults and $80 for youth. VBU has a brand new women's team that competes in the W League. Soccer fans, it's time to rally behind Virginia Beach United. Tickets are on sale now. Visit vbunited.com. Don't miss out on Virginia Beach United.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
Hi, this is Wayne Williams of Williams Deloach. I'm an experienced personal injury attorney, and I hope you don't need my services.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better. And it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
I'm Dr. Mark Cardelia, orthopedic surgeon and surgical director of the CHKD Sports Medicine Program. We see a lot of knee injuries in student athletes these days, and many of these are ACL tears. Parents often ask how to know when a knee injury may be serious. The most obvious symptom is severe pain or swelling in the knee joint. Your child may have heard a pop when the injury occurred. Look for signs they can't put weight on the knee around 48 hours after the injury, or if the knee feels unstable or wobbly. Those are all signs you should see a CHKD sports medicine specialist. Our sports medicine physicians, surgeons, athletic trainers, and physical therapists understand the needs of growing athletes and tailor treatment to fit each child's age and level of activity. Our goal is to accurately diagnose the problem in a timely fashion and provide the treatment that will ensure a safe return to activity. Kids want to play, and we want to help them get back in the game. To learn more, visit chkd.org. Sports medicine at CHKD. We're more than a hospital.
Bang! That's how you get it done.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk. Here are Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young.
And we welcome you back to 757 Sports Talk. Coach Ed Young, I am Matthew Hatfield. Hour 1 in the books, hour 2 now on tap. And for some reason, my screen is frozen, Ed, so I'm going to let you talk while I try to get this figured out.
Well, for those who were looking at me saying, what the heck is Young doing? I got my Yankee hat on. I'm still supporting them, even though they're one of the worst teams in baseball in the last 25 days. And, it's kind of a back up to Fool in the Pool, which is the other guy. I am young in the yard. This is my backyard. And again, we're promoting good health, hat, sunglasses if you're going to be out in the sun. Make sure you hydrate, water, ice water. I got ice water here. Don't be drinking a lot of drinks with sugar in them. Alcohol is a definite no. Carbonated soda, no. And going back to my kiddie days, a nice cool freeze pop. The choice was blue for me. I had a green one earlier in the show, and now some people on the show have told me to go to blue. So I'll have a blue one here soon. So that's why you see me out here. And Woodrow wants to have Matt play water polo. Well, Matt, Woody, first of all, we're blaming you for inciting this fool on the pool. Matt thinks that because you like it, he's going to do more and more. So I'm blaming you. And for Matt to do water polo, what I want to say, I can't say on the air because I just can't. But let's put it this way. If he plays, it would be by himself because nobody else is going to be in that pool with that fool. I'm just going to leave it at that. So, Woody, we put the blame on you. And I do have some efforts undergoing right now to get that fool in the pool segment eliminated, canceled, done with. I've got a person that's pretty influential who throws around a lot of money, who I think will be able to do that and get this guy out of here, which is why his screen is frozen. If you notice, he's in the pool illegally, hops the fence in the neighbor when the neighbors are gone, jumps in the pool. If you watch the show, he's taping his portion from a place that has a beautiful piano, trapdoor underneath the coffee table, beautiful couch, $5,000 couch. It's not his place, people. He goes into his neighbor's house when they're not there on Saturday mornings. They usually have some type of a church event going on. So he sneaks in and he does the show. When we're not at the Plex, he does the show from there. Yeah, I do have my attorney. Vinny, the attorney, can handle it. Vinny is the person that helped get it. And we're enabling ourselves here to find a clip from a past situation that this person was able to get people out of the pool. And you'll see who it is. And I think this person will come in and do a good job on getting Hatfield out of the pool. And sooner or later, he'll come back on here with the rest of our show instead of messing up and falling apart. And by the way, for all you Yankee fans that are out there, and there's millions and millions and millions of them, calm down. We still can do it. I said at the beginning of the year, we would not win the division. We would be a wild card team and still have a great opportunity to go to the World Series. Though right now, Detroit Tigers by far the best team in the American League, probably arguably best team in baseball. And it'll be tough to beat them because the Yankees don't do well against the Tigers. So they'll be in there. And right now I'm just hoping that we can take 2 games from the Mets. Because for the Yankees to lose a series to the Mets, it will probably put a little bit more heat on Boone, only if he makes some dumb decisions. Okay, what is going on?
We're trying to effort my issues because my computer is frozen. So while we do that, just keep talking, Ed, and we'll get out of this screen if you can.
You're echoing. Yeah, you're doing a lot of echoing. But Matt will get that technical point fixed, because if it was me, I just would be done. I can't mess with technical stuff on the computer because I'll hit the wrong button, and then our show will be on in Iran, and that's not a good thing. So I don't mess with the buttons. But in all seriousness, we do have we're efforting a young man that has just committed to University of Michigan, Travis Johnson, fantastic wide receiver for the Oscar Smith Tigers, as he puts in getting ready for his senior year. Matt did tell you football is coming up. NFL has the Hall of Fame game at the end of the month to kick off. Actual game play. Practice will be starting for the high schools at the end of the month. Same with the colleges. A lot of them, of course, did their spring days, which I see no reason why colleges spend billions and billions of dollars on spring football, which I think is a waste of time. But that's neither here nor there. And yes, I do agree. Football is the sport that drives the sporting world. There's reasons for that, which I will not divulge on here. but I love football. I respect football, but it's second to me when it comes to sports behind the most played sport in the world and the universe. Found out there's some other planets playing this sport. That is basketball.
Can you hear me now, Ed? Okay.
Unfortunately, yes.
Okay. Well, fortunately, because otherwise the show was getting ready to totally go off the side of the road because my computer is literally frozen with the camera. I don't know what's happened. I'm assuming your aliens have taken it. And I did hear back from Travis Johnson's mom. He's unfortunately tied up. She's trying to effort rescheduling the interview. If we can get it for you today, folks, we'll have it on the show. It might not be in our 10 to 12 noon time frame, but and it'll play back on our television side of things. So she's reached out and profusely apologizing. So we will hopefully get that for you all later today. It may not be in this hour, but we do think of Tiffany, his mom, who, by the way, she if she's not mom of the year, she's in the running for it because she has logged a lot of miles traveling the country with her son, both of her sons. Tori, who played at West Virginia, now is going to play at Southern Miss, and Travis, who has been one of the most sought after recruits in the country. So we do apologize about that, but some things come up, and they do want to do the conversation with us, an interview. But so she has gotten back to me. Have not heard back directly from Travis, but we are working on that for you all here. I know we were hoping to have him at 11 a.m. Eastern, but we will get him on, we hope, for all of you before the day is done as you take a sip of water. And I will convey to you what the time frame situation looks like with his possible interview for us and for the folks that are watching on Cova Sports TV and through our social media channels. So there you have it. What is going on for you later today? Anything special or not really?
Cookout. Everybody's having a cookout today for the most part. It's cookout weekend. So I'm going to be on the grill. I'll be Chef Boyardee on the grill. And then I'm going to, later on this evening, I will be at a event or place in the 757. I got to tell anybody where because everybody will race to it, want to ask me what Hatfield's like. And is he really a pain in the butt and all this other stuff. So I'm not going to divulge it. But it is in the 757, and I'm looking forward to going here. I have not been to this place yet, been told a lot about it, so I'm anxious to get there and see what it's like. Now, I'll leave it at that. Let me guess. I'm going to guess what Hatfield's doing as soon as the show's over. At 12.
I might do it before the show is over at the rate it's going. I might do it while the show's. I might jump in there with my computer. I might pitch the laptop in the pool and just jump in there. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's a very good chance of that. Very good chance of that.
If you want a good laugh, see Hatfield when he's like a Major League Baseball manager just getting thrown out. I've seen Hatfield.
I don't have a temper like some other people like you. That doesn't happen. I'm cool, calm, and collected, mild-mannered.
Me.
Mild-mannered.
I'm the most coolest dude, calm dude. I think in basketball, in my high school head coaching career, I have assumed in 33 years, I think it's 11 technicals.
No, I think it's more than that.
3 years. No,
I think it's more than that.
No, I can vouch, and the referees out there can vouch too, because there are many officials out there right now. I bet you the ones that are active, of all the ones active, maybe 3 have given me a technical foul. 3.
While we have a moment, though, a couple of burning topics, if you will, or items. Well, first of all, we'll get, like we said, we're going to ever get Travis Johnson on later. Most likely might not be in this hour of the show. But what do you make of his choice of Michigan? He picked them over for the longest. It felt like Penn State, felt like maybe even South Carolina could move the needle. Virginia Tech was hoping to keep him in state. Indiana was among his favorites and finalist list, if you will. Wolverines cleaning up in Virginia. We showed it on the ticker earlier. They also got Huguenot linebacker Markel Dabney to flip from SMU to Michigan. And SMU's got money now. So does Michigan. And Andre Clark Jr., defensive back from Hermitage. You said more than SMU? SMU? I don't know. Somebody feels like SMU and Texas A&M got almost like unlimited resources and money yet. So it's easy for you to say they got more. It can be debatable. But anywho, a couple of Richmond guys that are highly ranked, and they get a guy from Tidewater that's highly ranked.
You know, hats off to Michigan. You're picking up some great ones. I'm not a big Michigan fan. As for Travis, I'm happy if he feels that's his best place, and only he knows that as to fit in. I really thought it was Penn State. I thought they were going after him really hard, like you, and I think you're the one who told me South Carolina was making a late surge to try to get him. And, of course, in-state, Virginia Tech, I'm not so sure. Was UVA much on him at all, or they knew they didn't have a shot?
UVA was not really in the picture. It didn't seem like. But this is a young man that, has a flair for the dramatic. Game-winning touchdown catch his sophomore year against Indian River as time expired. 63 catches for 1,053 yards and 17 touchdowns last year, and had a touchdown that tied up the state championship game late in the fourth quarter last year. So he's stepped up to the plate in some big moments for Oscar Smith, and I'm sure Michigan, which has got a pretty good receiver history too. They think of guys like Braylon Edwards. You think of Anthony Carter. You think of some, they may not have as many of the ballyhooed NFL wideouts as the other school that's their rival, but they do a pretty darn good job of producing guys that are pros, which I'm sure is a dream of Travis's. And now it remains to be seen if they get any more VA guys. I know there's some more commitments coming up, like Veroni's Damari Carter's got his choice coming soon. Jay Sean Bull Richardson has his announcement soon as well, his teammate. But many of the better guys, which we touched on earlier in the show, have committed. Darius Gray, we wait to see where he goes from St. Christopher's. But as far as the 757 top-notch guys, off the board is Johnson. Off the board is Wilder from Green Run to Virginia Tech. Josh Pittman from Kings Forks going to Virginia Tech. So some of the better names are already off the board. Ike Simmons from Maury, we played a few weeks ago, going to Pittsburgh in the ACC. Maury, by the way, had a commitment just the other day as well, with Damon McDaniel Jr. going to North Carolina Central, and their other standout wide receiver defensive back set to make a choice in Javon Wiggins. I think today or tomorrow he's going to make his announcement where he's headed. Elijah Moss Williams for Maury also going to James Madison. So Old Dominion got Charles Jackson from Green Run. So there's some schools in state that aren't the Power Fives, the P5s, that are getting some guys that are going to potentially pay some dividends for them.
Yeah, it's a lot of talent out there for people to get. Now, of course, the underlying thing in all of this, we've harped on it so much, NIL deals, and the new one that started July 1st. Schools have the actual ability to pay players themselves, which is separate from NIL. And that comes down to what kind of, and it's funny, they gave them a new name now. The athletic boosters are now called the Collective.
Mm-hmm.
And from what I understand, I listened to Paul Feinbaum was talking the other day on one of the shows, that the rules put in for this paying of players from the school are extremely tight, well-defined, and he's anxious to see about when, and if he thinks it's going to happen, illegal stuff is going to happen. He believes it's going to happen because it always has. Whereas certain collectives will come up with additional money to pay the players, whether it has part of the NIL, it's definitely not part of the school paying them. So once again, I'm just going to simply say this without going on a rant. The strong get stronger, the haves keep having, and if it's revenue sharing, you're going to tell me Old Dominion has much revenue from the NCAA as Texas does? No, they don't. So until they put caps on spending, which is supposedly what they are trying to do, is you can only spend X amount of money on the players, and that's for every team. But if that cap, let's say that cap is $25 million, Texas can pay $25 million like that. Can Old Dominion pay $25 million? No. So they have to do somehow, some way to make it equal. I'm not sure they ever can. All I think they've done now is written more rules, harder to enforce, and people are going to break them because it's strictly about the money now, period. No longer great psychology program. Oh, it's a beautiful campus, but strictly how much am I getting paid?
All right, we do have Travis Johnson set to join us now. After this quick commercial break, you're going to hear from the four-star wide receiver from the Oscar Smith Tigers, who is headed to play his college football for the Michigan Wolverines. And you'll get a chance to hear what he has to tell us about that and so much more. It's all coming your way here on Cova Sports TV. Stay tuned.
What is more? Is it more reps, more strength, more stamina? We say it's all of that, but it's greater than just what's in the mirror. It's about improving your mental and physical health. More is a feeling of achievement, fulfillment, confidence. It's looking better, feeling better, being better, and it's our mission to get you there. Because here, you are more. One Life Fitness.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us, and the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch.
Check.
Every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
Portco is your local nonprofit organization dedicated to economic empowerment through employment for people with disabilities. We focus on abilities, not limitations, providing on-the-job vocational support. Find your pathway to employment. Contact us or learn more at portco.org.
I'm Dr.
And now back to Matthew Hatfield and that evil basketball coach. Blast you, Ed Young!
All right, we are back here on 757 Sports Talk. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel with Cova Sports TV, as we now have a special guest with us. He is the four-star wide receiver from the Oscar Smith Tigers in Chesapeake, headed to play his college football for the Wolverines of Michigan. We say hello to the young fella, Travis Johnson, with us. Travis, good morning and congratulations. I know you've been bombarded with all kinds of messages. Congratulations. Long day for you. You feeling all right?
Yes, sir. I'm good. Appreciate you.
Well, thanks for coming on, and big ups to your mom and Tiffany for helping us wrangle you, because you are a busy man this time of year. I mentioned you had a list of finalists that was pretty impressive. Penn State, South Carolina, Indiana, Virginia Tech. I'm probably missing a few. Nearly 40 scholarship offers. You've had a decorated career at Oscar Smith, earning All-State, All-Tidewater a couple of different times, and last season having over 1,000 yards. I think it was about 17 touchdown catches to go with your 63 grabs. Everybody says they love you. Everybody says they want you. What was different about Michigan? Why them?
The connection with Michigan was different. Me with Coach Moore, Coach Bellamy, and my VA guys going to Michigan. So it's the connection was really different with Michigan, and Coach Bellamy, receiver coach, him already going to Michigan. That's just different. So he knows a lot about Michigan. So I definitely trust him, and yeah, I'm ready to roll.
Now, my cohort here is a former basketball coach that won over 500 games at one of the district rivals at Nansemond River, and I know he'll be intrigued by this. But tell the folks your story, because you had a back injury your freshman year. Obviously, Dad played West Virginia, older brother goes there. You're coming up, and basketball was your first love before football in a lot of ways, wasn't it?
Yes, sir. So I started playing basketball when I was 3, started playing football when I was probably around 6. Then I stopped playing football until 8th grade. Then I picked it back up in middle school. Then I really liked it, so I kept playing in 9th grade. My first offer came the summer before 9th grade, our first game. So yeah, then I just played my last basketball season this past year.
Good deal. Before I let Ed jump in here, Travis, for you to have this whole process over with, what's it like? I know you're excited to get to Ann Arbor and get the experience there, and you got a really talented quarterback up there, and Mr. Underwood, who I'm sure you're looking forward to catching passes from, huh?
Yes, sir. Wait, can you repeat that question again?
Sure. I said, I know this whole process has been pretty stressful for you. Recruiting, it's busy, it's hectic, but I imagine you're glad to get it over with and get up to Ann Arbor and get that experience after your senior season. And you got a pretty darn good quarterback. You can tell the audience about him, Mr. Underwood, Bryce Underwood. You're looking forward to catching passes from, huh?
Oh, yes, sir. Bryce is definitely a great person on and off the field. Definitely a leader, and he can definitely spin the ball. He's a great quarterback. Looking forward to play with him.
We're chatting with Travis Johnson. He's the 4-star wide receiver from Oscar Smith in Chesapeake, our guest here on 757 Sports Talk on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe as he picked the Michigan Wolverines over more than 30 scholarship offers, an all-state performer and one of the best in the country. Ed?
First of all, Travis, congrats to you. I'm really excited for you.
Thank you.
Wishing you a great career.
You there, Ed?
I got him. We got him. I was hoping in state, because I love seeing our good kids go in state. And then I was looking at Penn State. I know they were on you hard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm originally from that area, not too far away from University Park State College, where Penn State is located. And as you said, you picked Michigan. You told Matt, you told us why Michigan fits what you do better. And I see that. Have they said anything to you about in terms of how they're going to use you? I think you're one of the best wide receivers in the country. I think you're tremendous at that type of basketball wide receiver where you can go up and get the Hail Mary pass. You can take it from a D-back or a safety very easy because you have great hands. But has Michigan said anything about how they plan to play you?
They see me at the X and Z because I'm very versatile. This year in high school, I'll be playing slot. So, yeah, they see me at the X and the Z.
Okay, so it looks like, and see, I always think in the past, Michigan wasn't a big passing team.
Yes, sir.
They were kind of more grounded through the pass as necessary. But that has changed, obviously. And bringing in a top receiver like you, it has definitely changed because they got to get you the ball in space.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think is the maybe one or two best things you bring to that slot position or to that team?
I bring a deep threat receiver that can definitely win on one-on-one. I can definitely take a 5-yard ball, 70 yards, and so I bring a very versatile athlete to Michigan.
Now let me ask you, let's go on the academic side. Any idea what you're looking to major in?
Sports management.
Sports management, okay. So, and then eventually, what would that degree do for you? Sports agent?
I want to be a I want to be a coach after my playing days.
Are you, Travis? Are you crazy?
I want to be a coach after my playing days.
Are you sure you want to get into coaching?
Yes, sir.
Lord Jesus, help me. Now that means you're gonna have to deal with a whole lot of Travis Johnsons, right?
Yes, sir.
You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. But again, if they're as talented as you, work as hard as you do, I saw the last time I saw you real up close was your sophomore year. I coached at Nansemond River. And if I'm not mistaken, we kind of got a lapse on the weak side and you got a dunk. You turned around and you looked at me. I don't know if you said, Coach, ain't nobody can cover me or something, but I forgive you for that.
Yeah. Appreciate you.
Wow. Hey,
Next
going back to
year,
football for a second here. Obviously, the commitments of two other highly ranked guys in Markel Dabney from Huguenot linebacker, Andre Clark from Hermitage defensive back. How did they needle you? And I've also heard and read through the grapevine that Shamari Earls, a guy from Virginia, played at Thomas Dale. They were all kind of nudging you, come join a connection VA. Just a little bit about that if you can.
So I actually committed on my OV, so I was actually recruiting them guys, but they announced it before me, so they start recruiting me after. So yeah, then Shamari definitely played a big role in it. Definitely my guy. Yeah, I definitely can't wait to get an A&R with them guys.
I want to know how excited Mom is about this, because I know I mentioned earlier before you came on with Coach Young here that she's logged a lot of miles traveling the country for you and your brother Tori, who's now at Southern Miss after playing at West Virginia. I know her and your entire family in general have to be so thrilled that this is now done and excited for that next chapter after this coming season with Oscar Smith.
She was definitely ready for this to be over with. This process has been very stressful, and she's very relieved. And yeah, she's very happy for me though. I'm proud. She's very happy for me though. I'm proud.
Any advice that you sought during this whole process, be it from mom, dad, family members, coaches? What were the questions you were asking? Because you get asked a bajillion questions from all of us in the media in general, and you probably get tired of all the questions. What were the things you were trying to figure out as you went through this?
Can you repeat that?
No, you're good. I said, obviously, as you go through this process, you get asked a ton of questions from us in the media, but who did you seek advice from during this whole process of recruiting? Was it, family members, mom, dad, coaches, and what were the things you were asking, trying to figure out and find out as you ultimately made a decision and settled on a school?
Me and my mom talked a lot about this. She just always told me to remain humble and always pray about it. And yeah, just keep your faith in God, and He's never going to do you wrong.
A few more minutes here with Travis Johnson, our guest here on 757 Sports Talk on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe. And before we let him run, we're going to hopefully get a quick fun fact or fiction game with him. We do a little segment where we ask questions that are sports. He can beat my cohort. Travis, Ed?
What'd you say?
No, it was a question for Ed. Go ahead, Ed. You got a question for Travis?
Well, the big thing, though, Travis, we're talking about how you made your decision when it came down to you feel comfortable with the Michigan people and all that. You're talking about your major, sports management. All of that is good. I'm going to jump way ahead, and I hope I'm not jumping too far. Do you see yourself in the NFL someday? Is that definitely a goal of yours?
Yes, sir, for sure. That's the goal. That's the plan.
Okay, that's kind of what I thought. And I'll be honest with you, I told Matt after I watched some of your film, even though you're not even had your senior year yet, I said, that young man will play in the NFL. Based on the skill that I see you, as long as your head keeps fitting inside that helmet, you're on your way. You're on your way. Now, I got to ask you, when did that dream really start for you? And what have you done above all what everybody else does? Because not many people get to the NFL to kind of put yourself in that situation.
That dream really started in 8th grade because I wanted to go to the NBA before that because I'm really a basketball player. But what I've done, I worked really hard, and I always keep the mindset I'm the best player on the field. So yeah, that's definitely the dream, and it will stay the dream until I achieve it.
Favorite NFL team?
Chicago Bears.
I'm assuming that's where you want to go.
No, it don't really matter. NFL's NFL, so it don't really matter to me.
It doesn't really matter. Whoever pays well.
Yes, sir.
I get that. Cool. Now that the commitment's out of the way, how will this help you be even better in your senior year?
Because I don't have to worry about college recruitment in my senior year, so I can just really focus on football and just football. So it definitely helped me a lot.
And of course, Matt has mentioned your mom, Tiffany, and I've not had the pleasure of meeting her. I've seen her. She's very active on the sidelines, but in a good way. Very supportive of you, all your endeavors. So I got to imagine with that first NFL check, mom's going to be taken care of.
Yes, sir, for sure.
All right, I like that. Just keep that in mind. Keep that in mind.
Before we let you run here, Travis, we want to play a game with you, Fact or Fiction. We ask you some trivia, fun questions, see if you can beat Coach. You ready to do that for us?
Okay.
All right, we'll take a quick time, about a minute here, and we'll be back with Travis Johnson, the 4-star wide receiver from Oscar Smith, who had over 1,000 yards a season ago, 17 touchdowns, and helped the Tigers go wire to wire undefeated.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why parents count on CHKD Sports Medicine, advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours. With convenient locations across Hampton Roads and a whole team of experts here to keep your favorite player at the top of their game. CHKD Sports Medicine. Learn more at chkd.org or call the CHKD Sports Injury Hotline.
Kova Painting. We don't just paint, we transform spaces. Visit kovapainting.com or call 757-550-7357 and mention the Sportsplex for 10% off of projects over $1,000.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever! The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Bacon cheeseburger for a limited time, plus fries, drink, and a sundae. Yeah, this is not the time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. And there's bacon on that burger. The $7 Bacon Cheeseburger Meal Deal. Now, for a limited time on the $7 Meal Deal lineup. Only at DQ. Happy tastes good.
What does happiness mean to you?
Being in the ocean with you, watching you catch super fun waves.
In Virginia Beach, happiness is breaking barriers and savoring the sunshine.
I couldn't pick a better place or a better person to be with. This is what makes me happy.
Happiness is going all out.
And taking it all in.
Here, happiness is whatever you make it. Find yours in Virginia Beach.
This is 757 Saturday Sports Talk. Here are Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young.
All right, we're back here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share, and subscribe to our YouTube channel with Travis Johnson, the 4-star wide receiver from Oscar Smith. Here, before we play the Fact or Fiction game with you and Coach Young, Travis, a chance to shout out anything to the Michigan fans before we do that here. I know you've got a lot of new fans and followers, and those that are certainly going to be watching your every step here moving forward.
I'm ready to get to Ann Arbor. Go Blue.
Ready to get to Ann Arbor, go blue is what he says. All right, we have Coach now back with us. All right, this is a game that we love to see people come on and beat Coach Young's butt. So are you ready to do it? I know it's been a long night, long 24 hours for you here on Independence Day weekend. You think you can get this done for us?
Yes, sir.
All right, here we go. Ed, you ready to knock this out against Travis Johnson?
Let's do it.
All right, here we go. Travis Johnson and Ed Young in Fact or Fiction, the 4-star wide receiver commit from Oscar Smith headed to Michigan. All right, first question, Travis. This is how the game works. We ask you each a question. You guess fact, meaning true, fiction, not true. It's worth a point. Last question is worth 2 points. So here we go. You're our guest, and you get to go first here. All right, fact or fiction, Travis. Tim Smith's 1,687 receiving yards from 2008 for Oscar Smith is still recognized as the most in a season in the VHSL record book. Is that fact or fiction?
Fact.
He says it's a fact. Ed, is this fact or fiction? Tim Smith's 1,687 receiving yards from 2008 for Oscar Smith is still recognized as the most in a season in the VHSL record book.
Can't see anybody else doing better. I'm going to say fact also.
All right. They both say it's a fact, and I hate to break it to you. It is actually not a fact. Believe it or not, Tim has the most receiving yards in a season for Oscar Smith, which I'm sure Travis, healthy season, Laura will in 15 games. you got a shot to break that. But the most receiving yards in a season in VHSL history is actually Michael Partlow from John Hanley, 1871 receiving yards back in 1994. Tim is third behind him and Matt Zenolato from Lake Braddock. So neither one of you get a point here, but that's all right, Travis. You're not trilling in this game just yet. And you're good for comebacks, as you've shown at Oscar Smith, including last year in the state finals. So we'll get Coach Young question number 2 first here. All right, Ed. Former U.S. President Gerald Ford played college football at Michigan. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
Fact.
He's going to say it's a fact. Travis, do you agree with Coach that Gerald Ford did play college football at Michigan?
Yes,
or
sir.
is it fiction?
That's a fact.
Look at that. See, he answered that with confidence, Ed, because he knows it. He knows his stuff. Unlike you, who just took a guess at it, I'm sure. It is a fact.
I knew it.
You knew it too? Okay.
That's all they talked about when he was president.
There you go. Played center and linebacker, led the Wolverines to an undefeated season in national championships in 32 and 33. They retired as number 48 in 1994. You probably saw that retired number on your visit, didn't you?
Probably.
You just don't remember that. You're good. You're good. All right. Question number 3, Travis. It's 1-1. We're tied up here. You get to go first for question number 3. It's a Michigan question. Anthony Carter holds the record for most receiving yards in Michigan history with 3,076. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. All right, Ed. Do you think Travis is right about this? Or are you going to go? He's going to go fact.
Fact.
Well, hate to break it to you, Ed, and I'm happy to tell you, Travis, that you're right and Ed is wrong here. It is fiction. He does not hold the record for receiving yards. It's actually Braylon Edwards with 35-41 from 2001 to 04. You probably knew that, didn't you, Travis?
Not gonna lie, I didn't.
I'm gonna lie, I didn't. Well, now you do. So if anybody ever wonders, there you go. And it's a bar to shoot for when you get there. So Travis takes the lead 2-1, and Ed's up for question number 4 first. Here we go. Ed, Grassfield is the only Southeastern District school to have never beaten Oscar Smith in football. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
I'm going to say fiction.
You're going to say fiction. All right. How about you, Travis?
Yeah, that's fiction.
Fiction. All right. Well, you're both correct. Any guess from you, Travis? And Ed, you can follow up on who the other Southeastern District school is to never beat Oscar Smith?
Lakeland.
Look at you on top of it. Both of them 24-0. I think Oscar Smith is 24-0 again. So there you go, Travis. You now lead it 3-2, right? You got a 3-2 lead here. Up a point on. All right. Question number 5, and you get to go first for this one, Travis. Now that 2-point bonus question is an important point. So here we go. Travis, Western Branch is the only team to keep Oscar Smith out of the end zone twice since 2002. Is that a fact or fiction? Western Branch is the only team to keep Oscar Smith out of the end zone twice since 2002. 2 games.
I go fact.
He's going to go fact. Ed, you're trailing by a point. You going to agree with Travis on this or go fiction?
It's a fact. It's a fact.
It's a fact. All right. And it is a fact because actually your freshman year, you won a game 2-0. You probably remember that. And then also you got to go back to 2002. They lost 58-0. That was Coach Morgan's first year at the helm. All right. So Travis, you have the lead and I have to make you go first with the 2-point bonus question because if you don't, then what happens here is, you could easily just copy get the win. So we got to do it this way. All right. You ready for the all-important 2-point bonus question?
Yes, sir.
Here we go. To beat Coach Young. You're a winner. You know how to do this. Ohio State, you can't even say that school's name now, has the most number 1 overall picks in NFL draft history. Is that a fact or is that fiction?
Fiction.
Fiction. All right, Ed. You going to agree with it?
It is fiction, but I have to say fact because if I agree with them, I automatically lose. If I say fact, and I am wrong, but I'm not. So I'm going to say fact.
He sounds pretty upset about that, doesn't he? He sounds like he's in a bad mood.
Notre Dame has the most number 1.
No, Notre Dame doesn't. You're wrong about that too, being the Irish fan that you are. And I'm surprised you didn't try to offer Travis all kinds of things to go to Notre Dame. It is indeed fiction. Ohio State's had 3 LSU's had 3, Stanford and Auburn's had 4, Oklahoma, Notre Dame, and Georgia have had 5, but USC, Southern Cal, has the most with 6. As there you go, Travis. Congratulations on your commitment and the win here in Fact or Fiction. And Coach I don't know if he can give you a prize pack or what he can do. I don't know. We'll figure out something since he lost to you and you're the winner. Before we let you run, we have to ask you, too, about this coming season at Oscar Smith. Pretty stoked and excited about what's in store for you guys trying to go back-to-back?
Yes, sir. Definitely, we're going to go back to back, and we're working towards that. But you'll definitely see another state championship out of us this year.
And first game is it Gonzaga out of DC up there?
Yes, sir, for sure.
So they play a pretty big game. Ed, you need to go be our traveling reporter and go cover that game for us up there in DC. You sideline reporting that for us.
What I have for Travis. Travis, will you continue the whole school year and play hoops, or are you going to be graduating early?
Early.
Okay.
So you will not be on the hardwood this year. When nobody get a chance to see you.
No, sir. Yeah, that was my last previous season.
Okay. We definitely wish you the best.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you.
We appreciate you coming on and doing this for us. And thank your mom as well. And we look forward to seeing you on the gridiron here soon.
Okay. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you. Travis Johnson, our guest here on 757 Sports Talk, the Michigan man committed to play Fool the Wolverines. We'll take a timeout. We've got more coming your way here on 757 Sports Talk. Don't touch that dial. You're watching Cova Sports TV.
Hampton Roads has a long-running high school and college sports tradition. It's time to give them the spotlight they deserve. This is 757 Sports Talk.
Usually it's Hatfield. That's why I try to tell everybody, get on Hatfield. He is the legal scribe, the talking head that knows all this, puts the whammies on. We do things different on this podcast. That's why we're rated number 3 in the state.
You got Play-Doh? Get out of here! We got people all over the globe watching with us. Sitting in a phone booth with you would be very...
we got to have your own phone booth. I'm not sitting in no phone booth with you.
It is 757 Saturday Sports Talk here on Cova Sports TV. Like, share.
Did you know that the minimum limits in Virginia are $30,000? $30,000 is a lot of money on an individual basis. But if you're involved in a personal injury matter, that's not enough. Here at Williams-Deloitte, we're happy to provide a consultation on the amount of coverage you have in your vehicle. It can be confusing. Not many people understand it. You know you need to have it, but do you have enough? Give us a call today at 757-547-5555 so we can help you prepare in the case of an automobile accident or any other personal injury matter that you or your family may find yourself in.
For any athlete, making it to the top sometimes comes with a few steps back. That's why there's CHKD Sports Medicine. Advanced diagnostics, treatment, and rehabilitation for sports injuries, just for young athletes like yours.
What's up at DQ? Oh, just the best deal ever. The $7 bacon cheeseburger meal deal. Bacon cheeseburger, fries, drink, and a sundae. No time to be modest. It's all full size for just $7. Right now at DQ. Happy tastes good.
Well, it's everybody's favorite time of year again. Time to prepare to make your annual donation to that infernal revenue service. And if you're like me, you need help. Help to keep that donation as small as possible. So get off your W-2 and call John Maynard at John's Tax Service. 455-6763.
As a banker at Town Bank, we believe that people bank with people, not with banks. You're looking for an actual personal relationship, and that's what you get at our bank. You get that person that gets to know you, gets to know your business, is there for you. I think that is what motivates us, what drives us. And the idea that we are trying to serve others and enrich lives, I think is very true.
What makes a life a good one? Is it our adventures? Or the friends we find along the way? Is it the challenges we conquer together? Maybe it's the people's lives we touch every single day. So, what makes a life a good one? You'll have to figure that one out for yourself.
After more than 50 years of innovation, AstroTurf still leads the way. The inventor of artificial turf does it all, right here in the USA. We engineer, test, manufacture, and install the world's most innovative fibers and turf technologies, with over 30,000 tracks and fields worldwide. AstroTurf. Powered by Sport Group.
Have you ever seen a more gorgeous specimen in all your life?
No, sir.
You know, there are still a lot of people out there who think that their morals and their pride are more important to them than money. Can you believe that?
No, I can't believe it. Because morals and pride can't buy you gold. It can't buy you diamonds, sir.
Virgil, you're learning fast. And all you people out there are going to learn the same lesson that Virgil here has learned. That money can and does buy you anything or anybody. Like I said, everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man. Bunch of little brats. Public pool, huh? We'll see how public it is. Anybody here?
Yeah, can I help you?
Yeah, I like a lot of privacy. When are all these little brats gonna be out of the pool?
We close the pool at 8 in the evening.
Yeah, well, what would it take to make this a private pool right now?
I'm afraid I can't do that. It's a public pool and they're taxpayers, and I'd have a lot of problems with the mothers and fathers.
Listen, mister, I pay more taxes in a month than these people make in a year. Virgil, I think we can find something wrong with the pool today, don't you?
I really can't. It's a public pool. I really have problems with the mothers and the fathers.
Virgil, I think there's a little too much chlorine in the water, don't you?
I'll be right back.
Yeah, get these brats out of the water.
All right, everybody out. The chlorine level's too high. We're going to close the pool. Let's go. Come on.
Come on, you brats, get out the pool. All of you, come on out. Out, come on. Let's go. Hey, you two brats, I said out of the pool now. Get out the pool. Come on, it's time to go. Let's go. Let's clear the pool.
No,
everyone out. Let's go. Out.
I did too. I came here to swim, not to be shouted at.
Yeah. We the dumb old brats. Come on, guys, get out of the pool.
Hey, don't feel sorry for those little brats. And don't be upset with the pool manager. 'Cause he didn't do anything that any one of you wouldn't have done. He had his price, just like each and every one of you has your price. Everybody's got a price for the $1 Million Man.
This is 757 Saturday Sports Talk with Matt Hatfield and Coach Ed Young.
Downright despicable, Ed. Ted DiBiase, the $1 Million Man, your favorite guy, just downright despicable.
You know, Ted is on his way to take care of you, but I'm starting to think something here now.
What?
I think Matt Hatfield pulled a Ted DiBiase. Because if you ever notice, Fool in the Pool has one person in the pool. Where are all those kids supposed to be in that pool? I think this joker here paid somebody off to get rid of all the kiddies.
Nah, I would not do that. First of all, I don't have enough money, number one, like Ted DiBiase. Number two, I love kids. I would never do that to kids. I think that's just cruel and mean and absolutely despicable. Yeah.
Ted DiBiase, $1 Million Man, will be showing up soon in your neighborhood. We're going to get this thing fixed.
So you heard from Zaevion Cleveland earlier in the show. He's committed to Virginia Tech from Green Run out of Virginia Beach. You just heard from Travis Johnson, was kind enough to give us multiple segments for coming on the show this morning. Big thanks to Mom waking him up. We appreciate Tiffany doing that for us. And he is headed to the Wolverines of Michigan. Going to be a good one. Ed, pretty interesting time here, Independence Day weekend, with your Yankees struggling, Wimbledon going on, hot dog eating contest, which you are all against as far as you're not a hot dog consumer, nor is our man Woody Wagner, by the way. He says he does not eat hot dogs either, just like you. And he's a big fan of SEC schools like Georgia and Bama, so he was disappointed, I guess, in Travis not choosing one of them. But he's going to play for Michigan. Just a couple seasons removed from winning a national championship, Coach Sharon Moore there. And we will see if Coach Sharon Moore there can get them back to the title game sooner than later, like Harbaugh did. But it's time of year. We're waiting for football to start. Everybody's got it on its mind here. And you over there, I worry about you. I don't know what's going on. You're sitting in your yard and
Hydrated.
yeah.
Hydrated.
Well,
Nice water.
Yeah. You're hydrated, but
Sun protection. Okay.
sun protection.
On my
Okay.
third freeze pop. I
Your
went
third? Isn't that 3 too many for you?
No, freeze pops have 0 calories. 0
I'm
calories.
I'm glad to know you didn't take that loss in fact or fiction to Travis to heart. I'm glad you did not take that with.
Once again, I'm just going to say
I mean,
this.
listen, let's be honest. He was half awake and he still beat you. That's pretty sad. If he was fully awake, he'd have gone undefeated.
Let me just say this. Travis is not watching now. I can say this. What would it benefit me to beat Rising Star in football? He's not going to feel comfortable about it. By me letting him win. I knew the first question.
You did not let him win. That's a lie. Stop lying.
He feels better now because he beat a veteran
No,
guy.
he's going to
So
go about his day and probably forget that whole experience.
That's what I'm saying. See, I'm kind-hearted. You say that you love kitties.
Kind-hearted. You're not kind-hearted.
I let
You're
the
a
little
Scrooge.
kids win because it means
He's not
more.
little. By the way, he's not little. He's a man amongst boys out there on that football field. Get it right.
My record in the fact or fiction thing is
It's really bad. It's bad.
It's
almost as bad as some of those schools that we referenced. Oscar Smith has a perfect record against. It's almost that bad.
That's what I'm saying. It would not do me any.
By the way, you got to fly. You get that fly on your Yankee hat. Take that Yankee hat off. It's attracting flies. I swear. Listen, you can watch the replay. I'm not lying. There was a fly on your Yankee hat. That was hilarious.
But we're outside. I mean, flies.
But that just tells you need to get rid of that hat. You need to get a new hat. That's bad.
Flies have a right to be outside. We don't want them inside.
Oh, that's bad.
So I have no problem with that. It's okay. It's okay.
I don't think it's okay. Yeah, stay hydrated. Stay cool. Don't be a fool.
Pops is the key of the day. Freeze pops.
Freeze pops. Okay. Okay.
Now, what's on your agenda? Probably pool. You'll be in a pool later today, right? Let me guess.
Listen, from 12:01 or 12:05, I guess, we started this show. Well, we'll probably start off about 12:03. But by the time we start off this show until it gets dark, yeah, that's where you can find me. That's where you can find me.
Yeah,
Pretty much.
I'm going to try to give out his undisclosed location. I want
No,
you to
don't do that.
drive
We don't
by,
need that.
yell out some obscenities out the window to tell them to get out of
No. Why would you encourage folks to yell obscenities?
because we need to get this cleared up. It's killing the rating.
No.
I've had people text me saying, why do I allow this? I don't have control over that part, okay? So it's not that I allow it. I've asked our listeners to please keep staying in. Right now, we're appeasing him. Let him be the fool in the pool. Let's appease him. But we are getting where Ted DiBiase is going to come by sooner or later. So hopefully this will work out.
Okay.
Because just like everybody else, Hatfield has his price.
Do I?
And for some reasons that I can't mention, his price is high.
You're something else. I had to leave the mansion to do this show and the palatial studio.
Yeah, man. Hey, I don't know what was going on, but Travis was having trouble because your feedback was
Well,
echoing
we tried to get it on the other computer, and then it was rough. It was very rough. But we apologize about that. So we made it work, though.
Like people understand, when we say technical issues, we didn't say Hatfield issues. We didn't say Young issues. We say technical issues.
Well, I'm
Now,
amazed your laptop did not get overheat in that heat. Mine apparently did, and it froze the camera completely. In here, so yeah, I had to go to another part of basically the basement of the mansion to do this. Yeah,
the money I paid for this doggone computer, if anything goes wrong, well, they're going to hear it from me.
Well, they will
I'll be
hear
paying
it
on
from
this dog from heaven.
They will be. I'm sure they will be. So, anywho, we will do this again next week in the month of July, the second week of July. We're in the month of July now. And we will be getting closer and closer to the start of high school football and college football and pro football and everything pigskin related. The All-Star break's coming up in baseball, trade deadline 2. We'll know who wins Wimbledon, men and women, by then as well, because I think the final's in the middle of the week, isn't it? I think it is for next week. You have no idea because you don't pay any attention to tennis.
I love tennis, but I thought it was finals were tomorrow.
No, the finals are not tomorrow. We're still moving and grooving with it. The Wimbledon final is going to be actually, you know what? It'll be semifinals are on Thursday, July 10th. The finals next Saturday. So we'll have that's for the women. The men's finals on the Sunday the 13th. So we won't have a champion next. I misspoke. So it'll be next weekend. We'll have the Wimbledon finals. Maybe we'll get Sonny on the show, Mr. Dearth. Talk a little tennis. Never know.
Well, I do know this for all my pro wrestling fans.
We
said we're going to do it. Next week, we have a special guest. He is a professional wrestling historian. He's local. He's knowledgeable. And we're going to be talking some pro wrestling. Whether this guy likes it or not, we're going to talk some pro wrestling, especially Virginia Championship Wrestling, which has a big show coming up July 19th, Lethal Lottery. So we're going to talk about what that means and whatever. And could Ed Young be making a surprise appearance in the Lethal Lottery? Managed by one Matt Hatfield.
No, I'm not getting into your wrestling shenanigans and no, don't leave me out of your wrestling nonsense.
Or how about this option, fans? Hatfield versus Young, Lethal Lottery. Winner take all. Winner gets head shaved. Loser gets head shaved.
No.
Can we see a bald Matt Hatfield soon? My guess is
that's not happening. My hair matters too much. I'm not going to go bald. You're about out of water. You're about out of water, sir. No, you're about out of water.
It'll last until we sign off, so we're good.
We're about to sign off. We're about out of time, and maybe someone will do the ice bucket ALS challenge with you since you refused to do it when you got challenged. Was that 6, 7, 8, 9 years ago?
I will send you the clip. I did it in front of the entire student body at Nazarene River.
They all claim that wasn't you. That was like an imposter.
No, that was me. And if somebody were to sponsor it, I would do it right here in my backyard on the air live.
Or it might have been a fake noodle, an impasta. Get it? Impasta? That's a fool joke.
Try to bring out fool in the pool right now before you even get in it. It ain't gonna work.
Oh, I'm off to the water to swim away. We thank you all for tuning in. And again, our guests, Travis Johnson, big ups to his mom, Tiffany, Zaevion Cleveland, all of you tweeters, commenters, posters out there. That's going to do it for this week's show. We'll talk to you again later in the month of July, right here on 757 Sports Talk. Go ahead.
How can they see our show during the week?
It is available all the time on Cova Sports TV on YouTube, but you can also watch it on TV through Cox Communications in your view, Hampton Roads, Channel 60, Northern Virginia, Channel 74, Fredericksburg, Channel 77, and Roanoke, Channel 9. And you'll get a chance to see some of what you might have missed earlier in today's program here on Cova Sports TV. For that guy who's now got his shade and his hat that has flies hovering all over it, he's Ed Young with his 14,000 freeze pop and another glass of water. I'm Matt Hatfield going to go take a dip in the water, and we'll talk to you next time right here on Cova Sports TV.
Stay cool. Don't be a fool.
And go take a dip in the pool. See you later, alligator.